Let's knit a stockinette hat, but with stripes, using the unique double yarn feeders present in the Corona machine. Coronas have a feature that, as far as I know, is completely unique. Swappable yarn feeders, wherein one just pulls out of the way. Here I'd be knitting with gray, and now I can switch over and knit with burgundy and make stripes or Fair Isle. I quickly found out that the burgundy yarn was really too thick and stiff for the machine, so that's just there for a little bit, and then I switched to pink and gray and finished the hat. I've been knitting with the pink. Time to give it a rest. Put the gray back to work. It can happen that a little too much slack develops here, so after I put the camera back up on the stand, I'll manually remove it while I go to knitting the next row. If the tension mast is not adjusted exactly right, that float can also get too short to make the trip up the side of the stripe. When that happens, it creates problems with the end stitches knitting off, so you have to watch it both ways. Gray has been knitting. Time to change to pink. Move the gray out of the way. Push the pink in. I'm going to try to stay close and let you see. See down there? Keep your eye on that. Remove some extra slack if it has developed. The gray is riding along, but it's not doing anything. And although it will scare you sometimes, it pretty much stays out of the way as it's supposed to. For the 56-row crown, 8-row stripes, 7 of them, makes it perfectly. Now we're back to working with the gray, just by swapping feeders. The hat pattern is described in more detail in many videos, but here's a quick review. It will fit a toddler. You should be getting about 7 stitches per inch. Cast on 100 stitches at main stitch size minus 1 whole number, knit 30 rows, hang the hem. Increase stitch size 1 whole number, knit 56 rows, gather off the top or scrap it off and then gather it off later and seam the edges together. Simple as pie. It's really very straightforward, but I do have a few tips for you. One is that this doesn't work. I've been blending the 2 cones on the left, as you know from what I've said in other videos, to create one fingering yarn. And I need to add the pink as my contrasting stripes. This might work if I were able to get them onto the floor, but with them on the table, they whip around and get in each other's way. So periodically, I've had some tangles that I edited out of the movie, and I do have a suggestion if you can't get to the floor. This hat is only 56 rows. That's 7 8-row stripes. So I was able to succeed like this. I placed my pink cone on the floor, and I functioned as the yarn mast for the pink stripes. There were only a couple left when I decided I was just tired of dealing with it, and I held the yarn in my left hand, feeding it as though I were the tension mast, and pushed the carriage with my right. And here's a quick view of how the threading works. The yarn needs to go behind both arms of that lower clip. It slides right between them and pops into place. Then into a hole in the upper bracket. Here's the way I get it into place.